Howdy, Possum Patty here with an armful. I've got a nice chunky journal and I got a little skinny kitty. Let's do some journaling. Come on along. Alrighty, well, the last time you saw my flower-shaped journal, which is nice and chunky now. I love working in a chunky journal. I had done this beautiful monarch page about this super monarch that I saw in my garden. And I was just about to do a fun page about all the rain. And I think instead of getting very technical about the exact amounts of rain, and maybe I could look this up, but all I know is right now, there's 5 inches of rain in the rain gauge. Well, a little bit has evaporated the last couple of days. Yes, we had 2 gorgeous days in a row, but before that we had 3 inches, and a couple of days before that 2. I'm saving the rainwater to water some of the indoor plants. And September we had a lot of rain. In August we had rain. July we had rain. Well, actually June was a little dry, but then July, August, September, and now until October, we're like way above normal. Way above normal. Maybe I could just say that. Above normal rain. Well, it's not normal. It's just like average. Above average rainfall for this time of year. I don't like to say normal because what's normal? Some years are dry and some years are wet. And together that averages out. So my perception, people's perceptions are what we're going by, okay? So our perception is that for the last 3 months, we've had a lot of rain. I've got this really cute paper from the, say it with me, flea market. Yay! And it was a set. Of course, this is spring. See, it's got May flowers, April showers, but this is sort of like summer into fall showers. But let's see, we got boots, we got umbrella, clouds, puddle jumper. Oh, I like that, puddle jumper. Somewhere I thought it said my favorite boots. So I took a picture of my boots, which was just here a second ago. Out on the steps, I've got a geranium, clay pumpkin, my warty pumpkin, and some mums out on the front steps. And I know they're dark, hard to see, but they're navy blue. And let's see, I need something to write on, like a little journaling card. All right, so I am going to, what am I going to do? I already cut this out. Do I want to do a pocket or just a flat page? And I don't really need that paper if I use some of these stickers. So I think that is what I'm going to do. It doesn't have to be complicated. So I'm just going to glue this down. That's where we're going to start. Well, yesterday was a gorgeous day. And we took Flat Stanley out for an adventure. Oh my, he's had like 2 adventures that I need to journal about. And I have some other things I need to put into this journal too. But, you know, no pressure. No stress, just journal. As much fun as this journal was, I am almost looking forward to something with square pages, square or rectangle. You know what I mean. So I made my journaling card out of the back of the umbrella paper, and I just put July, August, September 23. Soggy bottom has been the soggiest ever. And I just wrote around the picture, making it like a little frame. Rain, 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 rain. And it's so funny because I love my pictures to be this way. I don't like turning the journal to look at pictures, but when I write, it could be in any direction, upside down, at a diagonal. I don't care about the writing. The pictures, I like going this way. So this is the strip left over from making this journaling card. I know it's upside down, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to glue it down. And I picked it up to put it aside. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Let's see. Can we do something here? And there's not a lot of contrast going on. That's why I did take some Stays-On ink and go around the edge there. Because this is going to be a flat page, I believe. That is it. That's the extent of my journaling. And I'm just going to decorate the page. I might come back at another time, maybe, and get some rainfall totals. Although, you know, we live in a very small state, and even in this small state, from one side of the state to the other, you know, the rainfall totals vary so much. Yeah, I like this because it's got the raindrops on there. And let's see. And then I'm going to put my favorite boots, maybe down here. All right, so maybe I should just go ahead and I'm just playing on this page, you know. Every journaling page does not have to be some kind of masterpiece, some kind of gorgeousness, because yeah, this isn't a journal that I'm making to sell, so I need to have all the pages pretty. It is just a journal that I am journaling in. It is a visual diary. And it's hard to be in the habit of journaling every single day. So that's something we don't need to beat ourselves up about. Yes, I was going to put some Stays-On there, wasn't I? Oh well. Got too busy talking. See, if you didn't know I was going to do that, then that wouldn't be a mistake, right? There are no mistakes. Don't worry about it. Just show up. Get something down in the journal. What if I put the umbrella down there and there were some clouds? I could put a cloud at the top. I'm putting a little extra glue because I don't know how old these are, because I got these secondhand. Put a cloud at the top. And I even have raindrops on here. So you cannot go out into the yard without wearing a pair of boots, and these are my favorite blue boots. I've had them for a few years now, so far they haven't leaked so far. Put those flowers down there. 3 raindrops, 1 umbrella, 1 thing of flowers. I can't say rainy day because I didn't take this on a rainy day, even though we've had so much rain. So I'm looking here. It's not spring. And the whole background is boots. Oh, there's a butterfly. These colors are all sort of pastel-like, pastel-y kind of colors. Oh, here's some more flowers. These are brighter colors. So Mr. Possum is hoping that if we have another dry day or so that he'll be able to mow the lawn. See, if it's dry, the grass dries up, you don't have to mow. If it just rains like every other day and you live in Soggy Bottom, there's 6 inches of water in the lawn and you can't mow because it's too wet. I don't know, do I need something here? So you can't put a cloud there. All right, I have to stand up and get a look at the page. I could put some boots there. Ooh, I wish I had these boots. That would be fun. Well, I could put a heart there. I feel like I want to put some washi tape right there. I'm reaching over, see what's on the table. This is kind of cool. I'm just going to put this little bit of washi tape right, oops, right here. Yes. And that's it. That is it. I am going to just say, I did this page, let's move on. Just a little bit of visual daily journaling. I think I'm going to go ahead and do another quick just journaling page. I already cut a background for this page. Some of that vintagey scrapbook paper I got. And I cut out this picture. Oh, I just ripped out the page yet. From What Makes a Van Gogh. This is just a kid's book about Van Gogh. Yes, and this is absolutely perfect. It is possum perfect for what I'm going to journal about. So here is the story. Oh my, well, you know, I grew some mammoth sunflowers and they grew to be, you know, like 10 feet tall. They grew very big, very big. And I was so proud of my mammoth sunflowers. And I got about a dozen of them, some bigger than others. Sometimes when you have your sunflowers spaced a little too closely, the stems get thin. And, you know, they don't grow as tall. But I did have a few very tall ones. And they were getting big, big heads on them with 1,000 seeds. And I was like, oh, yes, 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 yes. I'm going to feed the birds. I'm going to save some seeds. It's going to be awesome. Of course, I was telling you about all the rain on the previous page, right? So I look out and there's all the sunflowers and the heads are bending down like this because they're getting so heavy with all those seeds. And they're out in the rain. And I said, oh, all is good. All is good with the world. Well, I went out in the morning and a couple of them had just flopped right to the ground, broke the stems. So I was like, oh, okay. I was busy doing something. I said, I'll go out tomorrow and I'll trim back the ones that fell over and I'll save the seed heads and maybe they'll be okay. You know, it might be okay. Maybe the seeds are well enough formed that they'll dry out and survive. So the next morning we were headed out somewhere and we're pulling out of the driveway. And Mr. Possum made some little remark like, good job on the sunflowers. And I'm like, what? Wait, what? And I looked over to my sunflower patch. There was not one single sunflower.
Oh no!
Completely gone, stems and all. I'm like, what did you do? No, 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 no. He said, oh, they were falling over. I just chopped them down. They weren't all falling over. No, there was maybe half of them were falling over, but not all of them. I said, what did you do? Where's the seed heads? I want to save the seeds. Oh, there were no seeds on those flowers. I'm like, yes, there were. There's thousands of seeds on that flower. Especially the big one. I mean, the big one alone probably had hundreds and hundreds of seeds on it, right? He said, oh, I chopped it down because they were falling down. I threw everything over there on the side. So we came back. I ran over to where he said he threw them, and sure enough, I found all the stalks. Reminded me of Jack and the Beanstalk, right? With the big stalks laying on the ground. I'm like, no, no, no. Anyway, so I got my clippers and I went over there and I searched around. This is where the ferns are starting to die down and where all the dead trees are that we had cut earlier in the year that we're still waiting for the guy to come and take away. And I chopped up the seed heads off of the big stalks and I put them on the picnic table to rescue them, to see if I could like dry them out and see if the seeds will be any good. So here's a picture of them. Look at that big one. I mean, that's just got 1,000 seeds in it. This whole head is all seeds, and all these little ones too. The seeds look very white, so I don't know if they're, except for this one. This one, the seeds are black. And I thought all those seeds probably should be black too. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't know. It's not the end of the world. I could always buy more seeds next year. It's so much fun to save them though. And then I put the heads out and let the birds and the squirrels take the seeds too. So yeah, that's my story. Sometimes Mr. Possum tries to be so helpful. Thought he was doing me a favor because they were falling down. And I was like, no, no, my sunflowers. Oh well. And that is my sunflower saga. So these seed heads now, I had them sitting on the picnic table, and I'm like, oh, that reminds me of the Van Gogh. And the Van Gogh, he's got that pattern here. See, there's like this fuzzy yellow stuff, and that fuzzy yellow stuff that's all over the seed head, those are actually individual flowers. So this large seed head, which is, you know, like that big, has 1,000 tiny little yellow flowers. It's not one big yellow flower. This is not one flower. This is a flower head with 1,000 little yellow flowers on it. So 1,000 little yellow flowers, and then each one of those little flowers makes one seed. That makes sense? So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. So I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. So where do the petals around the edge come from? Well, those are called ray flowers. So the ray flowers around the edge have that one big yellow petal. But then all the flowers in the center, they don't have any big petals like that. But it is 1,000 individual tiny little flowers on there. This might fit perfect on this page. See, now you know why I picked that brown and blue paper, right? So we could flip this up. And in my olden days, I might want to cover all the words. But, you know, now I kind of like seeing the words there. I know that's kind of strange. But I do need to write my story and put my picture. So I'll be right back. Just another very simple page. I love the brown with the combination of the blue and then the yellow of the sunflowers, like that. And I guess Van Gogh also was a fan of the yellow wheat fields with a blue sky, or yellow sunflowers with a blue background. So that was the color scheme for this page. And I did my journaling on this paper bag that was sitting on the table. I just cut one side of it off and journaled on it. I did use my very fancy saran wrap, plastic wrap cutter. There's my clock, a Morning Dove clock, to cut the paper like that. And I love the little serrated edge that it gives, especially this thin, you know, like packing paper or paper bag paper. I think I love that effect right there. Anyway, so I did my little bit of journaling. I just wrote some of the story down, put a picture of the flowers, the seed heads right there. And like I was saying, you know, in the olden days, I would definitely want to cover up this words over here. But there's a picture there of some sunflowers, and you know what? I'm leaving it. It's funny how our styles develop and change. And things we wouldn't do, you know, 2 years ago, now we like. But I thought maybe a blue butterfly up there would finish off the page. So do I want a light blue one? Oh, that one looks nice, doesn't it? Let's see, that's the same one. I have a dark blue one. Ooh, that one's pretty too. I kind of like that one. And let's see, the other ones are too big, too big. This one's got a little bit of green on it. Ooh, that goes with the green and the blue. Let's see. Sometimes it's the first one you pick, right? Let me see. I don't know. I think this one pops. I like the way that one pops. Kiki just went out the door, and now she's yelling to come back in. She's going to stand there and fuss. Fuss, fuss, fuss. Let me in. Let me out. Let me in. Let me out. Yeah, so this was just some relaxing, simple to do, fun daily journaling. About some everyday items I wanted to journal about. I'm probably going to have to wipe off some of that glue, that paste right there. Oh, I wonder if I could put, see, these don't flip over. Nope, see, that would go this way. Well, I might come back and put a little color or something on this part that's poking out. I don't mind that it's poking out. I just don't like it white. I might have to put a little color on there. I can put a little blue on there so it looks like the back of the butterfly. All right, just 2 simple pages today. And I want to thank, whoops, this is popping up. Okay, I better get to the door, get to Miss Titi. She probably wants me to come out there and give her a little treat or something. Which I will do, and looky, looky, we're getting there. And you know I have October journaling to do, so yes, stay tuned. Stay tuned for the finishing of this journal and the journaling in the October journal. So I just want to wish everybody happy junk journaling. Bye-bye.